Welcome and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be recreating this painted by Spencer's Bombshell makeup using on a Nigerian makeup brand. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, tag Spencer in the comment section, and let's get started with this video. So I'm making use of the Omarigold Moisture Maximizer Moisturizer. That sounded like a tongue twister for 1 second, and it leaves me with this hydrated feel because the look we're going for today is more or less like a hydrated look. So that is why I opted for the Omari Code Moisture Maximizer, and this is how we are looking. I like the fact that it gives me a very fresh and hydrated base to start my makeup with, and that's just what you want to have for a very good makeup. This just placing it in areas of my face and massaging it into my skin. So after doing this, we're going to go straight into the primer, making use of the CPD Bang Grip Primer. And I have been talking about this primer for the longest while. We just had the Lagos Makeup Fair last week, and I had to go restock on this primer because if you want a long-lasting dewy makeup look, this primer is what you need. Is the dupe for the elf and the milk primer. So if you cannot get those two ones, you can also get this one to give you the same results. So applying this on my T-zone areas where I have most of my pores open up, and then leaving it for a while to get that tacky feeling that we all like to get. For my foundation, making use of the Urban Beauty as always, and then I started off with a brush to just place my foundation onto those areas. But as you watch the video, you see that later on I went in with beauty sponge, the beauty blender, because the model that Spencer used in his video, she had a skin like makeup, yeah. And after doing this entire makeup look, now that I'm editing it and watching it back, like it didn't feel like I had makeup on. It felt like skin. I know that I used like in my skin foundation, but it literally felt like skin. So if you're not someone that likes to have like really heavy makeup, or you don't like the idea of your makeup, like you feeling your makeup on your skin, then you might want to try this out. So using the Real Techniques beauty sponge to just dab on the other areas of my face, and I love that you can still see my skin through this makeup. Like you can tell I'm wearing foundation, but at the same time you can still see my skin peeking through. And isn't that lovely? Okay, so after blending it properly, I'm going in with my concealer from the same makeup brand, which is the In My Skin concealer. And while I was watching Spencer's video, it's not something that I normally do, but I saw that he applied his concealer instead of going directly from the bottle. He went in with a flat brush. I haven't tried this before, but I saw the difference. Okay, that is why Spencer is who he is. Cause like I don't know why it never occurred to me to try it. But trust me, if you're dealing with like creasing under eyes or like cakiness under your eyes, try using a brush instead of going directly from the bottle. To make a whole lot of difference because then you can be able to control the makeup that you have on that certain area. For my bronzer or for my contour, we are going in with the bronzer. This is actually a foundation that was sent to me in the wrong shade. Not to shade them, you get what I'm saying? But like then I just converted it into a bronzer, and this is how you can tell it's a bronzer. It has this warm, slightly reddish undertone in it. If it's a contour, it will be gray, to be dull, but a bronzer has this warm, fresh, sun-kissed look. And applying it in the usual areas, he really went in with his bronzing game in this actual tutorial, and that is what I'm trying to also emulate, trying to also recreate. He went over her jawline as well, but he didn't go in with a fresh product. He used whatever he had left on his brush. And if you don't know this video, I'll leave the link to it in the comment section and also the description box, so you can also follow through if you're watching on a laptop, like open a different tab and watch it through it. And then after applying our first base of our bronzer, he went back with, or we went back with the same beauty sponge we used for our foundation. And this just makes a whole lot of sense because you want it to still look like skin, you want it to still have that natural skin. You don't want it to show that okay, you actually applied bronzer or contour. You want it to look like everything is just flowing and blending into each other. So using the same sponge, I really love this makeup tutorial because first and foremost, you're not gonna wash too many brushes or too many tools and equipment, okay? Because now we've used the same sponge to achieve like three things now, and that is a win-win for me. So using the same sponge to just blend our concealer is the same way I blend my own. Take your time, but no, normally I would actually go in with a brush for my under eye. Sometimes I don't really like take too much thought depending on how much of dark circles I have there. So if I have like crazy dark circles, I go in with like the brush. But I mean, Spencer used the sponge, so I might as well just follow him and use the sponge as well. So this is what we are looking like blending with the sponge, and I'm taking whatever I have left on that same section, and then taking it on my eyelid to serve as an eyeshadow primer. In this tutorial, I didn't see him use an eyeshadow primer, so we're going to be using the concealer just so. So making use of my Polar Beauty lipsticks as a blush. I did not have this actual shade of blush, and I had to do some mixing. You know, I'm always telling you that try to mix, don't be scared to mix different things up. So I mixed I think actually used just that shade, and I wanted to get the exact shade that he used for his model, and this is how we are looking like right now. Going over the blush with whatever we have left on our sponge for our concealer. Then after blending it properly, I'm using the Nuban Beauty setting powder. This is my first time using this powder since I bought it last week at the Lagos Makeup Fair, and oh my god, I am in love with it. Like now I understand the hype behind this. So I just took a little bit of it. I applied it on my palm first so that I don't have so much going on there. And right now we're not baking. This is not baking time yet. We're just applying it on our skin because you don't want to bake underneath a wet surface. So apply your first layer, then press everything in. This is what's going to give you the filter looking look that you want to have. Okay, you know these girls that when they apply makeup on, they look like they're actually a filter. This is how you get it done. Going with setting powder, and they just press everything. I didn't see him use a different powder aside setting powder, so I don't know, but like I mean, you see at the end of the day. So now I went in with a brightening setting powder. This from Ben 9 because I wanted to have that bright on the eye, and the normal beauty I got was not in that bright. It didn't give me that bright. Not like it's not good, but like I got a shade that was very close to my skin tone, as you guys can see. So I had to go with a different setting powder and applying it. Let me just pause here and let you guys see that how he applied his own setting powder to his nose is very different. I've never gone in with a very small brush for that actual section, and it's just very amazing. So right now we are on the brows, and for the brows in this video, I think me and the girl have like similar looking full brows. So all I had to do, like what he did, was just to fill in the sparse areas of her eyebrows, like where the hairs are not so much, and then you go back with your brush. Normally, typically I'll go in with a brow wax or a wax whatsoever before I even start drawing. But the new thing that Spencer taught me today was that you brush it first, then you draw on your brows, and then go in with your wax later on. And did I love this result? I loved it so much that I'm going to start implementing this. I think this is going to be like my new makeup routine because it was so seamless, so easy to do. And now my favorite part of makeup, the eyeshadow. So he used the cream brown eyeshadow, but I didn't have that, so I used my brown gel liner and then used a small flat brush to just apply it and spread it out, just leaving it on my lid space. Then going in with this nutrition palette and in that brown shade, the darkest one at the bottom right corner, because it was like the exact shade I was looking for. And then use a bigger paddle brush, just apply it across the gel. Then use my blending brush to just blend across the crease. I didn't use anything on the blending brush, it was a clean brush. I just picked up whatever I had left and then put it there. And I did the same thing for my lower lash line. See how beautiful this look is looking like. And then I went in using my fingers to apply some glitter, some shimmer. I must admit that this is not the shimmer I was looking for, but I had to just make do what I could get. And so after using my mascara, I went over to pop on these lashes that I got from the fair as well. And then I began to dust off the baked setting powder that we applied. Okay, once you are dusting it off, you don't want to dust off carelessly. You want to dust off at the same time, make it look like you're pressing it into your skin. I seen how it's giving me this filtered look, and then I went in with more shimmer on that side of my face using this V Beauty's palette. I love it for my blush. Then went in with my very famous Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter for my nose bridge and for the high cheekbones of my face. And then for my lips, oh my god, for my lips, I didn't know what shade to use, but I found this shade from the same brand, Polar Beauty's lip collection, and then use the flat brush to just make it overline my lips. He actually used a lip gloss, but I mean, I could make it work still with a hydrating lipstick. And I love this lipstick so much because like they are very creamy, yet when they dry down mattifying. So I ran it over my upper lip and my lower lip as well. You can see that's giving me a much more defined place to work with. And then for the center of my lip, I'm using the shade Rouge of the same Polar Beauty lipstick and applying it very softly. And then for my favorite part of this lip, you guys, he actually made use of a lip gloss that had shimmer. I had to pour like a lot of shimmer on my hand, then apply my clear lip gloss above it, and then mix it together to get this shimmery bronzy looking gloss. And I love it so much. Then went in with my soap sealing spray to get everything put together, and this is the final look. I'm so gassed. Thank you for watching this video up until now. Comment your favorite part in the comment section and subscribe for more content. Bye.